As I was looking through Montana Bureau of Mines and Geology maps and publications, I found a place in far eastern Montana, on the border with South Dakota, actually that is thought to look a lot like the US Capitol. I just had to see this place for myself. This beautiful prairie landscape is filled with erosional remnants and small canyons cut through relatively flat-lying strata. Here, as you can see, Capitol Rock certainly does not disappoint. Capitol Rock indeed looks a lot like the US Capitol. As we get closer here, what observations can we make about it geologically? So as we look at it, what you start to see is that it's a layered formation. You have these relatively thin layers, really obvious here in the white, that go all the way to the top. Then at the top you can see it gets a little bit darker brown. And that seems to be maybe a cap rock that's protecting what's underneath it, and it's protecting it from erosion. So as we look at these layers, they're being cut from the top down, and you can see these pillars that are forming sort of on the right hand side here, and then farther to the right we start to see a garden of those pillars, and we might have to go and check that out to see what that's all about. So it looks like a layered, some sort of sedimentary rock that's been eroded away. We call this an erosional remnant. This one happens to be famous because it looks like the United States Capitol. What a wonderful spot. Now we're down here below Capitol Rock in this eroded area, and what do we find? A slot canyon. I love slot canyons. They're so fun to explore. You can see these tight walls coming through here. There's a more resistant layer on top, and the water makes it through and takes advantage of this slot during floods and erodes it out. So as we come down in here, you can take a look up and down and all around, just see how tight these can be. Really neat feature of erosion here at Capitol Rock, the slot canyon. Lots of fun. To see that instead of being blocky like it looks from the front, these erosional remnants are sort of fin-like. So if you look straight forward here and over to the right, you can see that they're fin-like in nature rather than big blocks as they look from the front. So now we're going to walk up, and you can see that we have this continuous horizontal layering, this fine layering throughout the rock. And what we're going to do here is get up and take a closer look and see what if we can tell what it's made of. So it sparkles a bit in the sun here, and it indeed feels sandy. And then if we take a really close look here with my hand lens, you can see these very fine grains, these very sand-sized grains making up this rock. And what it's interpreted as is volcanic ash that was laid down a great area in southeastern Montana and then remobilized and deposited by wind and water into this sandstone to make up this formation that was then eroded away into Capitol Rock. Great spot.